and I'm looking at the ocean.
We're going to dive real deep into his story and his why. Join us, Talk to Tongie, Friday night, 8 p.m. DBS. Say it again. Friday night, 8 p.m. DBS. Talk to Tongie. See you then.
Bella is still missing, and we need your help getting her back home. A $10,000 reward is up for her safe return. Bella's family, including her mom, Lady, had to leave for Canada in September, so she was being cared for in Babonneau until their return. But somehow she escaped and has been lost ever since. She may be frightened, hungry, and desperately searching for a way back to her family in Cap Estate where she was born. Bella is a German Shepherd mix, just 1 year old. She's black and tan with a black circle around her eyes and ears that stand up. She's spayed, microchipped, and incredibly loving, but she must be scared and confused right now. Please, if you see her, don't hesitate to contact us. We have upped the reward money to $10,000. Please help us bring Bella back home where she belongs.
The Babonneau Challenge Fun Walk and Health Fair is back. Marchez pour bonne santé. Monday, October 6, 2025 from 6 a.m. The walk starts off from the Babonneau School Grounds to Lacroix, Baybush, Monnier, Union, Ballata, and back to Babonneau. Enjoy lively music and full security along our scenic route. Get your official t-shirt for only $30 for a chance to win medals, trophies, prizes, including awards for the youngest and oldest finishers. A special prize for the best decorated t-shirt. Bring your family, friends, or a group and take a step forward to better health. You can't miss our massive health fair because early detection is the best protection. Get your free health checks and services, including blood sugar and blood pressure testing, PSA testing, eye screening, massages, health education, and lots more. A sumptuous Creole breakfast awaits as we celebrate Creole Heritage Month. Register today at the Babonneau Presbytery or call 450-5496 or 285-3788. Babonneau Challenge 2025.
Run for good health, Marchez pour bonne santé.
You're watching DBS.
This is Talk to Tongie. I'm from a little town called Columbus, Mississippi, and I've come all the way here to show you exactly how you can live abundantly. Fear is nothing. You hear me? You can do anything you put your mind to. I'm your girl, Talk to Tongie. We're gonna do life together. Good evening, good evening, good evening, my family. How are you doing? Can you tell I'm happy? Oh my God, I'm so happy. I have literally been thinking about you all day. I kid you not. It's your girl, Dr. Tongie, but you already know on this platform, you know me as Tongie, friend, yeah, sister, yep, all that good stuff. I need to make certain that we are on the same page. One, it is an absolute pleasure coming into your home this evening. I do not take it lightly nor for granted, and I never ever want you to think that I do. I do understand that there are several shows that you could be watching on a Friday night at 8 o'clock. And you said, you know what? I'm going to hang out with this chick. And because of that, I am truly, truly grateful. The numbers do not lie. I am not a numbers girl, but I am so grateful. You guys are showing up. We're in 93 countries now. How about that? To God be the glory. How about that? All right, on the show tonight, you know how we do it. We go into communities, we get people that are doing things in the marketplace. I am in love with folk that are in love with life, that just say, you know what, no matter what, I am going to live the life that I was born to do, that I was destined to do. And we've got a man on the show tonight that is doing just that. Now, I'm not going to flub his name. How about that? But I do know that it's Manasseh Stanislaus. I did that right. And he is going to come in a way and just kind of let us glean from him. Tell us his why, the passion behind what he does, why he does what he does. He's a musician, he's an artist, he's an entertainer. He's all of that, man, and a bag of chips. And he's right here on this show. So, get your cocoa tea, get your buns, whatever it is that you're going to get to be a part of this show. Go get it. I'll wait because I really, really want you to glean from this man. We'll be right back, and then we're going to get right into it. Stay tuned. Take a moment, breathe in. This is the gift of life. As the waves flow, so too does the presence of God in our lives. With every sunrise, there's new grace, new mercy, and a new opportunity to live with purpose. And we are back. You know, I think I failed to mention that I literally, right, get to be in a country where I see people that are their brother's keepers. I see people that are intentional with their love, their generosity. If they see a fellow neighbor on the highway or in the community that needs help, they help. And it moves me every time I do see that. So let me just say thank you. Thank you for being the example that I get to read and study. Thank you for being kind to one another. And I'm really meaning this, and it matters. Thank you for your stories, for your smiles, for your hugs when you see me in public. I'm grateful. So I just wanted to make certain that I got that across, okay? All right, now let's get started with this show tonight, because this guy, and I'm getting nervous here, I really, really am, because he's that kind of guy. He's a voice. I likened him to a voice in the wilderness, man, who's just crying out, and he's a champion for people. And when you find a young man that knows what they want to do and who's courageous enough and bold enough to do it, you just want to say, you know what? I like you. I need to get to know you, and I need to know your why. And that's what I get to do this evening. So, without further ado, let's just get a drum roll here, man, for Mr. Manasseh Stanislas.
All right, that was close. I'll take it. Stanislas, yeah.
All right,
how are you, dog?
I am wonderful, baby.
Right.
I've got this proverbial question that I ask every guest. How did you get here?
How did I get here?
Yeah.
That's
now,
a good
some
question.
people say, well, you know, I took the bus over, I took the cab, or I took whatever. But to be in this place where you are now, to get to wake up and do exactly what you love doing, how did you get there? How did you get here?
It took a lot of courage. It took a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
It took a lot of prayer and falls.
Yeah.
But in the end, we all know with God, everything is possible.
Come
so
on.
That's the best I could say.
Oh,
Yes.
you just tried to tell me the short of it, man. I literally want to know what it is that inspired you as a child growing up in St. Lucia. Your love was what? One of
Music.
your loves.
Music,
Yeah,
yes.
man. And when you when you have a love for music, but then when you become the music, and I got a chance to hear him sing not too long ago. It wasn't a very eventful place that we were, but we were celebrating the beautiful life of a dear friend of ours that we have in common. And when I heard your voice, I said, no, man, I just did not know that you could sing. I just didn't.
Well, a lot of people don't know that, some persons, they only see me now in the media landscape.
Yeah.
But before I joined the media, persons knew me for music, and then when they saw me switch over, they were surprised. So it's a tug of war feeling when people see me now in different spaces, but it's all part of the growth. So multifaceted, still growing and still learning.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
You say that with such humility, but I know the truth. When you walk in a room, man, you shift atmospheres. When did you know that this was a passion that you wanted to pursue?
I got that awakening at age 18, about 18, when I turned an adult, 18, that I wanted to pursue music because in my earlier teenage years, it really troubled me that I had the talent and I couldn't express myself because, when your parents are, a bit strict on you, but I overcame.
Yeah.
And I had people around who were able to coach my talent. I had my church family, I had musical family, and I was able to overcome the shyness and find my identity and knowing that, hey, I have a voice. I could let people hear me. And if I shut down my voice, God is going to hold me accountable.
Oh.
That's the thing I remember. God will hold me accountable. So I have to use it to uplift people and just let persons know that, hey, you can do it too. If you just take your time, learn, grow, and trust the process, you'll make it.
I absolutely love that. Now, you need not think we're going to just run over that, because you said two things that were just really, really paramount. You said, one, you had parents that were kind of, I don't want to say strict, but they knew that they needed to protect the gift, right? So they knew that. And then two, you had to overcome some challenges.
Right.
If you will, speak on the difference you believe your parents made in making certain that you were adhering to some standards that it felt like it was strict, but it was really for your own good.
I would say being raised in a Christian household really kept that balance for me, because if I wasn't raised in a Christian household, I think I would use that gift for damage. For
really?
Evil. Yeah, it would have led me away, and then I'd be putting people in detriment instead of uplifting them.
Okay. That's part one of my question. Part two, you believe that, well, I don't want to put words in your mouth, the challenges, some of the challenges that you had to overcome at a young age, what were they?
I was a shy child growing up. I was a shy, sheltered child. So
I always hear people say, I'm just shy. I'm like, but you're too old to be shy. No.
I was.
Not you, but I do hear that a lot. Do you believe that it's a part of the culture? What is it that, I know what shyness is, but why do I hear it time after time after time again?
Well, when you're a single child, then I guess you're just one of one, and you don't really interact with everybody else. Yeah, so I was a bit more in the back.
Okay.
But full of talent. A lot of people saw it, they wanted to try and pull me out, but I was still pushing away because I didn't want attention on me at the time. Yeah, so I didn't want to bring all that attention because it just came with the territory. I would just get attention just because of my talent. So there was a challenge, but I embodied it, and now I'm able to be in a room where I could just be myself, and persons are still drawn to it without being withdrawn.
Oh, I absolutely love that. So you would say that you were somewhat of an introvert at first?
Yeah, at first, yes.
Yeah. Do you think, and I'm just rushing this now, but do you think you're an introvert now?
No, I've become balanced. I would say I'm more of an extrovert now. Yes, I'm more of an extrovert now. And plus being in the public front in media, I have no choice. So that's a different transition.
It
now.
really is,
yes.
man. So you're 18 years old. You're discovering this self-awareness of this gift, and you're honing in on this gift, right? This is the gift of singing, right? Because you also have another gift, which is the gift of speaking. Some people call it the gift of gab. You've got a voice, and you make that voice known. Was that a part of the transformation from 18 years that you're coming into this gift of singing now, and now did you rediscover, or did you discover that you had a voice?
Oh, in terms of speaking or in terms of singing?
Both. Yeah, the singing.
The singing came first.
Yeah, the singing came first.
Later on, people told me that I had a knack for speaking.
Aha.
And I wasn't too fond of it because I just thought it was, just people trying to pass a hype onto me. But later on, I went into marketing. I worked in a call center, so obviously the speaking had to take place
For
there.
sure.
Yeah, so marketing and customer service. And then into real estate marketing, I went into that.
Come on.
I had to speak with people, interact, conduct transactions.
Yeah.
And the clients were really satisfied when I interacted with them. My boss noticed that. And then lo and behold, one day, DBS contacted me and they said, I have an offer for you. And you'll be in the public sphere and you will be a reporter. You'll be doing, various aspects. That's where the growth started. That's where the new journey started.
So, hold up, man. Hold up. Time out. Stop the presses. You had no formal training.
Per se, no.
Wow. So now you do know that you're operating in your gifts, right?
I am.
Okay, very good. I'm glad you know that. So they called, and now you're put out on this stage, right?
Yes.
What does it mean to you when people say you've got the voice? What does that mean to you?
Before, it would mean that I have the voice of music and healing, but now I understand that I have a voice of advocacy now. That's the difference. So I understand now that I have the voice of advocacy and the voice of music, which are two powerful elements that could transform the world, whether for good or for evil. So it's up to the person who owns the gift to know which side that they're going to go.
Oh my God. So it sounds like you know which side you're going.
Yeah.
Now, with that, you're juxtaposing from music into media. Mm-hmm. That space right there, I had an amazing guest, Alexander, on once, and Maureen and I were talking, and that's a heavy calling. It really, really is. Yeah. For you, knowing that, okay, this is a part of my tapestry now, what does that mean in conjunction with what you love doing, which is singing, mm-hmm. and now you're juxtaposed into media and everything that entails? That's a lot. What responsibility do you believe that you bear carrying those kinds of gifts in that body?
In this light now, I understand that the responsibility I have is to uphold values and morals which are uplifting, that are worth reckoning. And I understand that even as I have a 7-year-old brother, he's looking up to me as an adult. As his older brother now, he's looking up to me. So I have to live a life which is worth replicating and worth following, so he himself will be an upstanding young man in society, not letting his fears derail him from his dream, but pursuing it and showing the world that, hey, I have a gift. I will use it to uplift persons wherever I can, if God gives me the chance.
Oh, wow. Now, when you talk about the uplifting of people and motivating people and inspiring folk, again, that's weighty. Mm-hmm. And when we carry that kind of mantle on our lives, there are times when we even hold ourselves to a higher standard, right?
Yes, we do.
With that being said, what are some of the challenges that you've had to overcome, knowing that you've got this responsibility, you've got your baby brother who's looking up to you now, and what are some of the challenges? And you don't have to get into any specificity, but what challenges have you had to overcome?
Certain religious boundaries, which you'd have to push, because as a Seventh-day Adventist, there are certain things that are not considered a norm or acceptable. But in the world of upliftment and empowerment, there are certain norms which go ahead of the cause, because it's for the cause of humanity, not just for Christianity. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I had to understand that I don't dabble between the both, but treat each accordingly.
Aha. Yeah. Now, you said a lot, and I want to unpack as much as I can, because we've gotten an amazing audience where some audience are members of our of our tribe are believers. They are. They believe in Christ. They believe that God is real. They have had experiences with Him and what have you. And then there are some that are saying, you know what, that was good for my mama and my grandmama, but you know, I'm 20 years old and I just, you know, I gotta find myself. You're having to have those challenges in religious aspects. What would you say to someone who says, I hear what you're saying, I respect the cloth, I respect God, but man, I want to do something else with my gifts and still glorify God. Do you believe that that's possible first? And then what would you say to that person who wants to venture out and do his or her own thing?
All right, well, like in the Bible, it clearly says one cannot serve two masters. It's either you do good or you do evil. So whether you want to dabble in one side and say, hey, I could still do good, at the end of the day, the ultimatum is, what good did you do? That is the question. What good did you do? How did you help your fellow man? How did you uplift others with your life and with the gifts that were given to you? These are the questions that will be asked, and we have to account for it. So that is why the responsibility I have taken on myself to only be an instrument of upliftment, empowerment, and a voice to persons who have issues that are not voiced, but then through me, I could advocate for them so there could be a positive change.
Okay, very good. All right. I see you carrying this mantle and you're being serious about this. I see you, dear heart.
Yeah.
So you go out and you are speaking with various people in the marketplace. People hire you for your talent and bring you aboard, and you're singing and you're doing all of this good in the world. What is it that you want? What do you want to be known for? I'm getting ahead of myself because this guy is just, he's a wealth of knowledge. He really, really is. What is it that your living legacy, not when you're gone, but what is it now that you want to be known for?
Well, two things. Since now that I'm in media,
Yeah.
it is being the voice of the people who can't speak. And for music, it is making moments a memory. That's my two.
Oh,
That's my
wow.
two legacies. Being the voice for the people who can't speak and making moments a memory.
Well, sir, you know I'm going to have to ask you, why is that important to you? I mean, you got so much good going on. You don't have to speak for folk that don't have a voice. Why is that important to you?
Sometimes we just need to be heard. And I think even in Christ's time, there were people who were not heard, and He was the voice for the homeless. He was the voice for the helpless. So it's our responsibility as Christians, whether we may not believe it or not, to be that voice for those who do not have it. And with my music, a lot of people, when they hear me sing, they told me that it takes away their pain. It makes them remember that they can be at peace, that they can understand. Times are rough, but things will get better. So I have to hold on to that legacy, making moments a memory, and being the voice for those who can't speak.
Yeah. Wow. Didn't I tell you? I don't think I did, but you are in for a treat. You are in for a treat. I get excited around young people that are living, the guys behind the camera, and I better not call their names, but they are in the credit. They are living their lives from this place, from the inside out. And to see people do that, it does something for me, man. It really, really does. So thank you so very, very much. Seriously.
And I'm grateful that you saw that in me, because a lot of people are drawn to the light. Some may not understand, but at least you understand the depth of it.
But I have to, man, because iron sharpens iron.
That's right.
Didn't you know?
Yes.
Now, let's talk about this public engagement. I want to shift gears a little bit from you speaking in the marketplace to you having showcases. You've done some hosting, is that right?
A bit.
Have you done some hosting? Yeah.
A bit.
Now, when it comes to putting other people's, and I guess it's part of the marketing ploy, but when you're hosting and you're bringing other people's visions to life, how important is that for you to literally align yourself with what you're doing? How important is that?
It is very important. Image and embodying a vision is really important for a client, because if you cannot interpret what they want to portray, then you would have failed the mission. Yeah, so you have to be able to interpret, internalize, and then present a product that matches what they envision.
Has there ever been an instance or a circumstance or situation where the offer was wonderful, it was genuine, but it was just something that didn't click with you and you just couldn't move forward? Have you ever had that kind of situation?
Yes, I have.
Yeah? How do you handle something like that? Because I'm sure it's somebody that's watching that's saying, but the money, man, I'm working on getting my money up. But how do you handle that?
You step back, you go back to the blueprint and analyze where the faults are. And you have a moment of redress, and then you probably just revisit, restructure, and then you could present again. Because, I mean, ideas sometimes, they take a little while to settle. Sometimes you may make a first pitch, it doesn't sit on the client's mind, but the idea is there, and sometimes you may just tweak it a bit and repitch, and then it gets the go-ahead.
Okay.
It's almost like the same for writing a song. Sometimes when we sit down as creatives, we write down lyrics and for a particular instrumental or beat, and they say, nah, it doesn't suit what we're doing. And then probably some part of the song just sticks in and they say, you know what, we'll take this, we'll work around that. And that's how the beautiful project comes out. I could say that for the summertime series that we wrote.
Yeah.
That's how it started, honestly.
Yeah. You know you're going to be singing that in a minute, don't you? Man, you don't talk to Tongie. You know you got to be singing that. But I will ask you this. You're saying yes. You said yes to purpose. You said yes to The Voice. You said yes to media. You got the call from DBS. Why is that important for you to be aligned with everything you're walking in now? Why is that important for you? Yes, I understand your values, and I get it that, you know, you to whom much is given, and much is required. But that why is significant. It gets you up in the middle of the night. It makes you go forward when you're really tired. What is that why for you?
The why for me.
The why for you.
Why do I do it?
Yeah.
Because if I could not, then I wouldn't be me. If I could not, I wouldn't be me. Imagine Manasseh without singing, without his personality, without his presence and advocacy in media. Who would he be? Who would I be?
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the why. I would not be anything without it. I wouldn't be an individual without it. So the why, I have to be.
You know, I've got to say this because I honestly believe there are two types of leaders. Mm-hmm. There are leaders that have the leadership ability, and then there are leaders who have the spirit of leadership. The people that have the spirit of leadership love people.
Right.
It's not about a job, and there's nothing wrong with folk that are doing it for the job or for the title. I get that. I used to be one. I know. But it's like a baptismal of sorts when you possess the spirit of leadership. And that is what you do. Your presence is bold and it's courageous, and you walk in rooms and you literally shift atmospheres, and I think you know that too, don't you? I'm not telling you anything you do not know. What's the confidence for the man that can walk in that kind of authority? What is it that allows you to walk like that?
What is it that allows me to walk in that confidence? Understanding that there's someone watching who may not have the courage enough to, but the fact that they see me do it, they will be inspired to want to pursue it. And I wish a lot of people would support me like that growing up. If I had that kind of support, especially from my parents. But I've seen others do it. They've gone before me, and I said, you know what, I can take a shot. And that's the hope. I can take a shot. If they can do it, I can take a shot.
Okay.
And that's the hope of, I guess, every young person who's seeking to pursue something positive or just be their own self in a world where being yourself is really discredited.
Who you telling? I know. All right. They're already calling for a break. Dadgummit. We're just getting started. I swear to you. We're going to peel away the layers and literally get into this man's presence and discover what is it that will cause him to do exactly what he knows he's been born to do, unequivocally and unapologetically doing it. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Even the still waters speak. They remind us to pause, to listen, to reflect. When we truly listen to one another, we find healing, strength, and the courage to move forward together. Did I mention that we are in this amazing establishment called Matthew's Rooftop? This place is located in Rodney Bay, and it is spectacular. They've got the best food, the best drinks, the best service, and tell them Dr. Tongie sent you. With my shameless plug. All right, let's get into this man, Manasseh, being a social influencer. When you think about the word social influence, right? We think about social media and we've got our platforms. That is weighty for people who have a voice, for people that are doing things in the marketplace. What does that mean to you? You're now a social influencer. I know, right? I know, right?
That's a big weight. That's a big weight.
Yeah.
It just means that I have to walk lively in the public sphere, but also I have to put pressure on the events that are necessary so people can be aware. Because a lot of people aren't aware of things that are going on in the daily life or the daily operation, but they need to be aware. So having that platform is really a blessing.
Aha. And it is. It really, really is. And I do not dare want to take it lightly or for granted because, again, social influencers, they do a lot. They do. And you mentioned early on in this interview how your mom and dad shaped you. Some of the things that you were allowed to do and were not allowed to do as a child. Would you kind of delve into that a little bit for those who think that you just kind of were able to do whatever it was that you wanted to do to get to this place?
Oh, no. They sheltered me from a lot of things in the real world, but the sheltering allowed me to just be more disciplined. It allowed me to understand life from a different point of view because there's a lot of harmful things out there, but if you have that discipline and you're aware of your path, then you won't venture into these areas.
You got to forgive me, baby. It's hot.
I know, it's summer for life, right? It's summertime.
You got to tell me about this summer for life because I'm feeling it now. How did you come up with such an imaginative foray of music, Summer for Life? Talk about this, please.
Well, the summertime series began in COVID. So 2020, in the midst of all the lockdown and stress and depression, my friend Alex Klein, Salty, he sent me a beat. And I'm like, you know what? I'll take a shot and I'll put something creative out during the COVID. Imagine in a pandemic when everybody's home and stressed out. I said, you know what? Let me bring out some positive light so people could enjoy the Caribbean and still go back to what they once knew before lockdown. And we came together in studio at Keville Placid, Kingdom Tower Music. We put down the verses and we got the crew to shoot Ivel. We got Casey from JQ Productions and the KTM family, you know, our musical family. We were there. We shot in the river, being in the river by the beach, hanging out with the friends to put something positive, remind persons that, hey, even in the lockdown, you could still meet with your family and enjoy the good times without any of the restrictions.
Absolutely.
And that's where it began. 2020.
Oh my gosh. Yep. So did you ever feel like, man, this thing is not going to come into fruition? What am I doing here?
No. I actually felt that it was needed at the time. My hunger was for that project to be put out so persons could be enlightened because a lot of persons, creatives, were depressed. And the fact that my friend sent me that beat in July, the July of that year, COVID 2020, I said, you know what, I'll take that shot because I was under depression. I wanted to express myself. I could not express myself. So I took that chance. Wow. We came in the studio, wrote the song out, got the ideas going and published that. And that's where it began.
Yeah.
That's where it began.
And look at that smile, man. That smile is saying a lot about that body of work there. You said something that a lot of people, especially brown and black people, we don't talk about depression. And we, for whatever reason, think that we can either hear me when I say this. I know you're going to get me because I am a woman of prayer. I am, but I do understand that there are times when you literally have to do in conjunction with prayer, other things. What would you say to depression and your way of dealing with it, and then what would you advise others?
My way of dealing with the supposed depression in COVID was through express creativity. The creativity allowed my mind to drift away from the fact that, hey, we were being controlled by a system which was above us, but we could still put out creative projects, we could still do what we love, and we could still put content for people to consume within the pandemic.
Even in the pandemic?
Yeah, even in the pandemic, we did that.
Wow, that is so miraculous. It really is.
Yes.
Do you ever get where you're being positive, you're spreading this light, and you're just walking in places, shifting atmosphere, all that good stuff, right? Do you ever get it? Why are you so happy? What is it about you? What is? Do you ever get that from people?
Yeah, they do. They wonder why I'm so calm, why I'm so happy. I mean, I'm grateful to be alive. If I did not have the opportunities or I didn't have the avenues that I have, why should I be sad? A lot of people would wish they have half of what I have the access to. So, of course, I should be grateful. I have 10 fingers, I have 10 toes. I could speak, I could see, I could smell. I have a job, I have a home, I have my family.
Amen.
What more could I ask for?
Wow. See, that's what I'm talking about. Again, I told you, you're akin to this old sage man who learned the secret, you know, and you live from the inside out. Wow. How did you get there?
Life's journey takes you there. Life's journey takes you there, honestly.
But it does, and I'm not being an advocate here, but it takes you there, but you're not always in the mindset to not just react, but to be proactive sometimes. So I'm assuming that you're practicing this, right? This is not just something that you wake up every day. What's your how did I get here moment? How do you get to that place where you're not reacting, where what someone has said about you does not matter, and you're fighting that? How do you get from, I'm not choosing this, I'm going to walk this way?
Choosing your peace is very paramount, particularly as an adult on your journey, because of course you will get jabs at you. And again, like I said, when you don't give people that power, they cannot control you.
Yeah.
Every reaction that you give is an insight to power above you. So if you're giving people that power, then you're powerless.
Wow.
And I hate to believe that I don't have that power to step in my own frame and be comfortable without somebody's opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, comfortable in myself and in my path without people having an opinion that triggers me. Yeah, because people have their own trauma to they project. Because some people, they project their fear that they will not be able to take that opportunity.
Yeah.
I did. So why can't you?
Wow. Oh my God. You know, I'm sitting here thinking, who is this young man? Does he understand who he is, what he's walking in, and what you're bringing to this world? You're just spectacular. You really, really are.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But you know that already, don't you?
I do. But it's always good to hear it from somebody.
Absolutely. So, money's no object. Time is on your side. Are you where you want to be? Are you doing what it is you believe you were destined to do, you were born to do? Or is there more?
There is more. At every stage in life, as they say, whenever you climb a mountain, there's always another peak to reach. So at every pinnacle or every plateau, I just know that there's another elevation that I have to climb to. So where I am, I'm grateful for it. The next 2 years, things could change. The next 5 years, things could change. The next 10 years, things could change. Until the day I die, then the changes are going to be continuous.
All right, man. Okay, all right. Before he sends me to vacation, before he sends me on break, would you give me a selection, just a snippet of Summertime, that collection?
Oh boy. Which one is my favorite? Because we have 4 parts. We have part 1, 2, 3, and the most recent, Summer for Life, which we just released. Check that out, guys. Summer for Life, Salty, Keller, myself. This is the last one for the series. It hurts though, but just know that we're able to enjoy the sun fun in the Caribbean. One love to the family, yes?
Oh, wow. Okay, man. Sing us out to commercial.
All right. A chorus from it?
Yeah.
Me and my brothers on an island hopping spree, yeah. Summertime, different cities on a different day. You know I live while you vacate, so you can book a flight just to see me, baby. Summertime with the people that I love. Sun is shining up above in the blue skies. And you know the good vibe is gonna stay here for a lifetime, for a lifetime. We've been on the journey with the summertime brand. From COVID to lockdown to freedom at last. Even with the chaos all around, we kept our heads up and now we're sitting in the clouds. May give thanks and praise to the Most High, 'cause His love guided me in all the dark times. Love has found its way, and now it's summertime every day. Summer for life. That's what it is.
Summer for life, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll be right back. What? A voice in the marketplace is more than sound. It's presence, it's power, its purpose. Manasseh's journey reminds us that when you dare to use your voice, you give permission for others to rise and be heard.
Sitting at the bay, looking at the ocean, watching the waves pull back in slow motion. Sunset was kissing the horizon. I turned left to look into her eyes and smile. I turned left to look into her eyes and smile. 'Cause she reflected the light from the sun. She put her hand on me, I put my hand on her. She came close to me, I got close to her. She put her face on my face and my pulse began to race. Stars were shining down on me and she kissed me slowly. That's the magic of love when you're down at the bay, looking at the ocean, staring at the ocean, looking at the ocean, staring at the ocean, looking at the ocean, yeah. We got sand between our toes, we ain't got no woes. Talking about life and moping all about this strife. And moping all about this strife. 'Cause we have made it so far in this life. Poured her a glass filled with champagne, sipping away as if chasing the pain. Staring at life from this new window pane. Looking at the ocean, staring at the ocean, looking at the ocean, staring at the ocean, looking at the ocean, yeah.
So good. Oh my God.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. And Lusha, I hope that you enjoyed.
Oh my God. Okay, now let's get back to work. Now, public opinion is one thing, right? You're in the spotlight and you're dealing behind the scenes. You're confident, you're bold, you're ready to step out the door and do what you do. And then somebody has an opinion of you. Does that matter to you?
Doc, if I tell you, I think turtlenecks has been one of the most pivotal items of opinion from the public. And it doesn't bother me, that's close. People always complain, why do I have a turtleneck? Is it snowing in St. Lucia? Don't you feel hot? Aren't you compromised? And the answer is no, St. Lucia. No, I don't. And that is my style. That is just my style.
Is this me laughing? Oh my God. Thank you very much, because we've got our own style, don't we? You can wear whatever it is that you want to wear. I swear to you, I got this thing, and I tell everybody, my clothes get excited. When I walk past them, they're like, oh, please let her pick me today. Oh, please pick me today.
That's right. Yeah.
So good for you. So it does not matter. It's bad, it's bad enough when we don't extend grace and the same mercy that we extend to other people to ourselves. That's enough. So what other people's opinion is about us, that's none of our business. So thank you so very much for that.
Yes, I have nothing to clarify. Public opinion is public opinion. And unless it interferes with my personal image, then that won't be a problem.
Yeah. How did you get to that place, or have you always been there?
My father said something to me growing up, and he saw my reaction. And he said to me, the most powerful thing you could have is your silence. So I asked him why. He said, the moment you allow people to see a reaction is the moment you allow control. So with that being said, the greatest way to earn your power is through your silence. And he gave me an example. He said, if you're in a space and there's somebody behind you and they're speaking about you, whether they mention your name or not, you don't confront them. And even when they turn back and notice that you're there and they are stunned, do not react. You greet them, you pass along.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like having those tidbits of wisdom imparted into you, those seeds of wisdom, has that helped you kind of make decisions or choices that you probably ordinarily would not have made?
I could say yes. I could say yes. I'm grateful for that input from my dad. It really gives a stoic reasoning, but the reasoning is very solid, so it helps you avoid unnecessary troubles.
Unnecessary troubles? Man, you don't get in no trouble. Hey, not you. When people open up to you and they begin to tell you what they're thinking or whatever it is that you ask them for that moment, how does that make you feel?
Well, I've never thought of that until now. What I would say, it gives me a pleasure to understand that people are willing to tell their story, because a lot of people, they're not willing to. Yeah. But the fact that sometimes people see me in the street and they come up to me and tell me openly, it shows that there's a level of trust. And if somebody trusts you, then you have that mandate to deliver the truth and to deliver the most accurate story possible on their account.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is significant for someone to open up to you like that. So thank you for being so trustworthy and holding yourself accountable for those stories. Yes. Yeah, man. So what is it that you, Manasseh, like to do when you're not inspiring and you're not being the voice of advocacy and you're not singing love songs that you're going to sing in a few minutes live? What is it that you like doing?
I love sitting down in nature. I love nature. I love writing poems as well. Just sometimes writing lyrics for potential songs. There's a lot that I do. Spending time with my family as well. Going to church as well, my church family, helping the community more or less. Oh, wow. These are the things that I engage in apart from music and media.
Yeah. Okay. I love that about you. So give me the day in the life of a songwriter. What does that, you're in nature. You've got this song that you feel like it's just, bursting from the seams to come out. How do you get to the song?
Getting to the song could take many paths, but for me, it is envisioning the end product and then writing to match that product.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, envisioning the end product and matching to write it, because sometimes I will think of a song from the front back, then from the, it goes vice versa sometimes.
I absolutely love that. Yeah. I think it was Stephen Covey that said, begin with the end in mind. Mm-hmm. When he actually got it from God, who said he knew the end before the beginning. Did I just say that out loud?
Yes, you did.
So you're in nature, you're thinking about a song. Do you think about past relationships, or is that just faux pas? No?
I mean, I've written about experiences in that sort, yeah.
Really now? Yeah. You ever had your heart broken?
Yeah, I have.
Did I just ask the wrong question?
No, it's the right question. I mean, I'm human. I'm human.
So, all right. You're writing these amazing songs. What do you want to come out of the songs, your intellectual property? What is it that you want these collections of your work, your body of work, surely you're not just putting out songs to be putting them out and to make us feel good. What do you want from that?
A memory. That's what I want, a memory. Because a lot of persons, my song, it sticks on them. Some part of it, either the chorus, a word, some phrase sticks onto them. That's what I want. I want my songs to stick in the memory. So as long as life could be, you could resonate with it, you could relate to it, you could share it with someone. So that's the impact I want to have, a memory.
A memory.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I absolutely love that. What? Okay, Mr. Wanting us to have a memory. I can get jiggy with that. So before he tells me that we're finna go for a break, would you sing live for our audience? That's in 93 countries, real fast. Just a snippet of something beautiful.
Is it original? Do you want the cover? What exactly
Whatever
do you
you want to give us, we'll take it, right? Yeah, man.
Sitting at the bay, looking at the ocean, watching the wave pull back in slow motion. Sunset was kissing the horizon. I turned to left to look into her eyes and smile. I turned to left to look into her eyes and smile. 'Cause she reflected the light from the sun. She put her hands on me, I put my hand on her. She came close to me, and I got close to her. She put her face on my face, and my pulse began to raise. Stars were shining down on me, as she kissed me slowly. And that's the magic of love, when you're down at the bay, and you're looking at the ocean. Yes, you're looking at the ocean. Well, I was staring at the ocean. Yes, I was looking at the ocean, the ocean. I'm staring at the ocean. Yes, I'm looking at the ocean.
You heard it on Talk to Tongie. I feel like a little kid in the candy store.
Well, you should.
Wow. Why did I see every frame of what you were saying? And I found myself staring at the ocean.
You see?
Oh my
Exactly.
God. Where can we find that song?
It's on YouTube, it's on Spotify, you can find it there.
Oh my gosh. So tell me now, someone wants to do a booking. I know he's going to tell me to go to break. But someone wants to do a booking and they're saying, you know what? This is the destination wedding capital of the world. And I want a voice that resonates with what I'm feeling. How can they contact you?
Well, you could contact me at 717-2529. That is 717-2529 or 486-4971. Making moments of memory. You could get me for weddings, events, funerals, you name it. That's what I do.
And we'll make sure to have that information. I know he's going to have it because that is what he does. He does it so well. So I'm believing that you're going to be just so booked and you're going to be so busy and you're going to be like, what?
But I love being busy because I get to fulfill people's dreams. So that's what I
Oh my
like.
gosh.
Yeah.
How cool is that, man?
Very cool.
Okay. Let's keep talking. Well, he's letting me keep talking. So let me ask this question about vision. Vision is so important. A man or woman without a vision is a very frightening person because you have no idea where you're going. You gotta have a vision. What is Manasseh's vision?
One day I would love to be touring and doing what I love, which is making moments of memory with people worldwide, even with the advocacy and media, continuing to touch lives by the stories of people and whatever is going on at the time. So persons could be aware so they could make the change for a brighter future. Yep.
I absolutely love that. So, mister, there's a 15-year-old boy that's been singing in his bathroom, and he sings so well. He's been singing in the shower. I mean, the acoustics are so good. He knows he sounds good, right? And his friends at school are saying, come on, man, keep singing. You sound so good. But the next step that he's got to take is harnessing this gift. what would you say to this baby? I say baby, but this 15-year-old who's saying, I know I got it, but man, I'm scared of being rejected. What would you say to him or her?
The pain of rejection when you reach 50 for not taking your dream would be worse than the pain of reaching that success point when you reach 50. So take that journey. You will have struggles, you will have obstacles. But if you fail, when you reach at 50, you'll be miserable. If you try and you're successful at 50, you'll be glad.
Wow, what an amazing saying. What an amazing journey. This journey tonight has been nothing short of listening to someone that I got to see on television myself. And
Basically.
I'm like, what? I know him. And the smiles that you garner when people are in your presence, and how you make folk feel when you're walking in the room and you got your fly shades on. I call them the hater blockers. I think I'm telling my age here.
Right.
You probably don't call them hater blockers because you don't have haters. And if you do, that's their business, not yours. What's next for you? I got the vision. I get the passion. I get that you're living the life that you believe that you were destined to live. So what's next?
Building a team that supports that vision, because without teamwork, the dream can't work. So you need to have that family around you which can support you, whether through marketing, whether through avenues, opportunities, so you could build that empire, because it's not just about me, it's about how could others come together to make that vision possible.
Amen. Yeah. Amen. Well, I must say this to you. Thank you. Thank you for not giving up. Thank you, seriously, and I really do mean this, for just tying that knot in your faith and standing for dear life. Thank you for knowing that you've got a voice, that you bring value to the earth. You are a child of the Most High King, right?
I want to thank him every day for that gift, because without it and his guidance, trust me, I don't know what I'll do.
Wow.
I do not know where I'll be, honestly. So I thank God. I thank my family. I thank my church family, my musical family, the Digital Bodega, big up your one time.
Yeah.
And all those who continue to support my musical growth and my journey. I thank you.
Oh, wow. How about that? Oh, St. Lucia. Yay! Thank you so much for being an amazing part of my journey. Thank you for being part of the tapestry of my dreams, making my dreams come true. I kid you not. I swear to you, everywhere I go, whether I'm in South Africa or Israel or wherever I am, I'm always talking about this amazing place. I'm always talking about the people, the culture, the food, the way you love one another, the way you are. And I said it once, I'll say it again. You really are your brother's keepers. The way you love and take care of each other. You don't find that. And I've been some places, man, and I've seen some things, but to see people really show up for his or her neighbor, that's nothing short of a blessing. Thank you so, so very much. Linda, you are amazing, my lovely. Thank you for creating this amazing platform for us to come together, tell stories, to celebrate one another and uplift and motivate and inspire. Bon Bon, Caden, Kendrick, Idris, Francis, I love you. Thank you so much for being a part of my life. And St. Lucia, and for everyone who's watching, thank you. God bless you. I pray that we've said something that will literally move you out of your way and to the place that you're supposed to be. Until next time, the Lord say the same and the creek don't rise. We're going to do this thing called Talk to Tongie, Friday night, 8 o'clock on DBS. Bye.
remember my eyes. We were known to get both
You're watching DBS.
Previously on The Resident.
You're fired. You're afraid of me. You should be. Security will escort you out.
If my sister has a child, then that child becomes my family too.
Are you saying you'll be my baby's godmother?
You said yes. All right, so what's your plan if a doc whose baby becomes your responsibility?
I don't have one. There was a learning curve, but I mastered it.
Why don't you come over to our place later? Not tonight. I'm tired. No time alone with my thoughts.
This incredible woman had the ability to save a life right in front of me, and I knew in that moment that I wanted to be a person who could jump out of the car to help people. So that's what I do.
Methodist Memorial went with someone else.
Apparently they checked in with my last employer.
Red Rock has gotten you blacklisted from every hospital in Atlanta.
I want to practice medicine. I have to find work out of town. Had a long-distance relationship or give up being a doctor. This is what it's come to?
No, it hasn't. We're gonna figure this out. You should go. You're gonna be late. Have any idea why Reggie wanted to see you?
No, he just said to meet him at the Georgia FC practice field.
Is it bad that I had no idea Atlanta has a soccer team?
Yes. But I forgive you.
Well, hello, good sir. Some tea and crumpets, perhaps.
Ha, very funny. I need to make a good impression on my new attending.
Right. First day in the dual residency program.
Internal medicine this week, ER next, and then I go back and forth.
A foot in two departments fundamentally at odds.
Well, as a dual resident, I can reach across the aisle, help each department see how the other lives.
If you say so. But lose the bow tie, you look like a chemistry professor who refuses to hand out A's even when they're totally deserved.
That was oddly specific.
I was really good at chemistry.